And it made me feel better because I was able to feel the energy. It was more about solidarity. It was more positive than what everybody was trying to do and say about it. It was really good. I mean, I know you said that you've tried to bring down your anger and stuff, but how are you? You said solutions. What are some of those solutions? I really want to hear something good.
Here's what I've been. Okay, so I've been reading this book called Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. Also, another book called Black Labor, White Wealth, which teaches you how America is built. And here's the thing, okay? The police are paid to protect business, to protect the people that own the business. They're like, kind of like, I don't know if you've seen like a mafia movie. You know how the people that own the business have to give the mafia a little money every now and then for protection.
Yes.
That's kind of like what the police are, right? Like, and the whole history of the police is ridiculous. And really, they're here to, you know, I mean, originally the police were created to oversee over Black people, to keep Black people from doing too much because, you know, we get very innovative and we'll create all kind of, you know, we'll create our own cities, our own business, our own everything. And I think that is the key, is there is power in money. And the Bible says it, the Bible gives you the basics.
Listen.
He who owns land is king. I'm so sick of and I've been saying this since I was in my 20s. How you gonna be a gangbanger and talk about this my hood, but you on Section 8? But you renting, though. You don't own nothing on this street.
How about you got the Mercedes-Benz before the house?
You need to own the land. It's more important that you own the land than it is that you have a nice car.
Correct.
Own the condo that you live in. Own the house that you live in. Ownership. Because the police are paid to protect the owners of the property.
Thank you.
Okay? So when you're like, oh, I don't know, what should we do? They're not protected, they're against us. We need to do like they do.
We need to start Black Wall Street again. We need to buy Black.
I'm going to tell you like this. Remember in the 90s when they used to be like, everything Black owned, buy Black, do this Black, do that Black? I think that needs to come back. But how can I buy or support Black business when there's barely any?
Yes.
Right? Because they're not getting.
Oppression works that way as well.
Because they're not getting loans to start businesses. They're not getting investors. So here's my thought. The first thing we have to do to make change is to control the economy, like our economic system.
Correct.
I took all my money, and I'm probably gonna sound crazy. I don't give a damn if I sound crazy.
Don't sound crazy, girl. Tell us.
I took a majority of my money and I put it in a Black bank.
Which one?
Don't worry about where my money at. Just know it's a Black bank, and it ain't that many. It ain't that many, and I live in South Central LA, and there's only like 2 over here.
Wait, is it first something bank? Oh,
it's not first. It's one. It's one United. So I put my money in the Black bank. I suggest everybody Black do that. I suggest everybody Hispanic do that. I mean, when you go to Koreatown or Chinatown, you see like they got Japanese banks, Chinese banks, Korean banks. Like they keep their money in. The money needs to bounce in the community, right? Like the white dollar bounces like 15 times, the Asian dollar bounces like 8 times, Jewish dollar bounces like 10 times, and Spanish dollar bounces like 6 times in the community, circulates. When I say bounce, meaning circulate. And the Black dollar don't circulate at all in the Black community. But we the number one, Black women are the number one moviegoers.
Well, we spend $1.3 trillion. Did you hear me? I didn't say billion. I said trillion.
Trillion.
Just Black women. We're not talking about just Black women. So we have to really understand that we do have power.
We have plenty of power.
We need economic power.
So I'm on some let's be effective from the ground up, like how that when foreigners come to America, when America was being advertised to the world, right?
Yes.
Back in the 1800s, 1900s, when we were being advertised to the world to come to America, right? And people said, come to America, you can have land, you can have this, you can have that. But we've been here 300 years and don't got shit.
400 years, girl. We've been married for 400 years and ain't got nothing from that relationship.
So, and the reason we don't have is because it's a lot of people think we're supposed to be handed over because we made this deal, the reparations, right? Or where's our reparations? They gave it to the Japanese when they locked them up in the internment camp. They came out, got 40,000 or 20,000 apiece, and started businesses, right? But we never got that reparation. But we didn't need it though, because we smart. We smart. We know how to get money. So let's put our monies together. Let's get. You need to buy you some land. I'm sorry. I feel like if you're over the age of 25, you should have a house.
You should have a house. Ownership or something. Let's say 30, because you know our oppression runs deep. So let's say
I don't get no, because they're making $10 an hour. No, I don't give a fuck. And the interest rates are super low right now. And these black banks are giving loans out. Get your ass.
First of all, can I
got a job?
The one thing that cripples us? Credit. Get your credit together. Credit is the number one way that they discriminate against us. When those $500 billion went out, if you don't got good credit, you can have a small business all you want. You're not getting none of that CARE Act money.
Well,
we need to start teaching financial literacy in middle school. We need to teach kids in middle school how to bring in, take out, leave some.
Right. Well, it's important to me. I had bad credit. I still was able to get a home, and I was not rich. I'm telling you. But I checked the white box on the application because my great grandmother was raped by a white man. That's why my skin is like the way it is, and I'm gonna claim that little side to get this money. I'm sorry, but I had to do it.
You know what? It's so interesting that you're saying that. I wanna really segue real quick into just talking about economic power. How about this whole theory that if we can gain economic power globally, we don't really need white money? Do you know that there are billionaires in Africa?
Yeah, and why they don't come and help? Why they not buying up land over here?
The richest.
Because the Chinese are.
Say that again.
I said, why the Africans that are super rich in Africa not buying land over here? Because the Chinese are.
But why should they buy land over there? They need to make sure that they get the land that they have over there secured in their name. Because the Chinese are buying over there too. They are the current new colonizers, sis. They are
and where are they learning from? We sitting over here with the master teachers, okay? On how to
teacher.
They have the history and the knowledge on how to conquer, right? The Chinese went ahead and said, let's study the white man and see how they do it. And we're gonna do it too. I don't know why we ain't doing it. Because I know I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to buy every house on the block. I want to be the queen of South Central Los Angeles.
I love it. Let's segue real quick into not just the queen of South Central Los Angeles, but the queen of Eritrea, maybe.
Yeah, I'm getting land there too. I'm not playing. I'm
serious.
Global.
You need to go get some land there. Wait,
I have land there. I'm not playing.
I am so proud of you.
This is not a game. And that's where my blood from. That's from my daddy. My DNA pattern is Eritrean. Okay? And I'm going to represent my family. I'm going to represent my grandma who worked her butt off to build the little business she built and my family protecting it. And I'm getting to know them. And I've never felt like if y'all can do some DNA tracing, if find out where your people from and go to Africa. If you got African blood, drop of it in, you go. Because it will make you really have an understanding of your true strength. I feel like America for so long has been trying to oppress who we are. A lot of us don't even know our ancestry, our history, nothing. We don't know that we come from kings and queens or carpenters or, the best made, what you call them people that do like the sculpting and stuff on buildings, just real art, real awesome mathematicians, scientists. We come from some of the most amazing things and have no clue because it was taken from us, right? Well, here we are. highly educated population. We need to be the best. We need to be boom. Like, I've been reading this book. I'm telling you, Black Labor, White Wealth tell you how this country is built. Powernomics tell you how to get the power back, how to get the power. You start with the economics, then you get you some politicians. We need to get our own politicians. And when I was in Eritrea, what I noticed, okay, because they had a war over there for 30 years. 30 years they was fighting for their land.
Right.
That their mothers, fathers died on, that buried it. They fought for their land. And the land was trying to be took by the Russians, the Chinese, and America. Because they got resources over there. And they fought with their plowshares and their machetes, and they snatched the weapons of the enemy, and they fought. And I feel like that's how I feel now. Like, I'm in this war. That maybe I'm not like physically fighting, but I'm using my mind. I'm using my soul. I'm using the knowledge that I'm gathering. I am not the smartest person in the world, but I am trying my best to learn as much as possible to build up this community that I was born in. I was born here in America, right? And I'm told that I'm supposed to love America. But when I watched so many of my childhood friends be killed. I've watched so many of my cousins be like just locked away. I feel like on my mama's side, like my mama was born here in America, right? And descendant of slaves. And on my mama's side, it's so much mental illness. It's so much pain. It's so much sorrow, right? It's so much, because it's been so much abuse. It's so much oppression, right? I'm not going to cry. I told myself I'm going to hold these tears.
Why do I always do that to everyone? And now you're making me cry.
I'm holding these tears because I refuse to be a part. Like I told my mama this the other day, like all the things that you went through, all the things that grandma went through, all these things, they're going to stop. This stops. Now, I've been through a lot too, but it stops here. Like we are... Like my grandma always told me, like, don't ever owe nobody nothing. Make sure you can't, like, this, you can't depend on a man. You always have your own money to the side because you can't depend on no man, especially a black man, because you don't know when he gonna die. You don't know when he gonna go to jail. You don't know. Right? So you have to be a strong woman. You have to be strong because you don't know. Like, to be raised with that mentality, I refuse. This why I don't have no kids now, because I refuse to put that in my children. I refuse. And so I said, I learned how to read at 16, and I said, I'm gonna put as much knowledge as I can in my brain. In my little bitty brain, and try to figure out how I can create generational wealth, how I can, where I don't have to tell my daughter, you don't depend on especially not a black man, because you don't know how long he gonna be alive. You don't know if he gonna come home tomorrow because he might get killed.
That kills me.
I refuse. So I'm about building up my community. I'm like I've been telling. I know some killers. And I've been telling them for years. How is you selling this on the corner right here gonna create generational wealth? How is this going to guarantee you're going to be here for your children, right? If you're going to buy this, if you're going to sit up here and buy this dope and sell this dope, then buy you a house to go with it. So at least if your ass get arrested, they can put the house up to bail your ass out, or to get you a good lawyer, or to get, like, you got to be, if you're going to be a criminal, be a fucking smart criminal, period, right? But back to Africa.
I know, I feel you, because I don't think Africans in Africa understand the gravity of the situation that we are going through here. I have to share with you, I've been seeing everyone in Paris and Germany and here and there, and I've created this platform where I'm like, let's come together, let's sit together, let's connect. But I feel like I've invited 2 people to the party and only 1 person keeps showing up. So my soul's aggrieved. Like, I'm just like, do they even care to come to the table and talk? Do they even care to come and connect? What am I even trying to do here? Because I see what's happening with this Floyd case, and I see the millions and millions of Black people in the diaspora all over showing up. That is what Diaspora Dialogues is about. If we can get every single one of those Black people and friends of Black people who are joined into the fight to come together to emancipate us from this economic depression and oppression, and we all came together. Sis, do you see how many we are?
It is millions of us. It is, and that's the thing. Like,
I don't understand why nobody gets it. I feel like a crazy person with a vision by myself.
Let me tell you something. Before I went to Africa, okay, mind you, I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. Okay, the first 3 years of my life, I had a mom and a dad. The first 3 years, and then my dad took off, and my mom was raising me by herself. She marries my stepdad. That shit gets bananas, right? Then no stepdad. Got the mom. Mom has a bad car accident. She loses her mental capacity of even like communicating and functioning properly. She becomes violent. So then there's a lot of beating going on. There's a lot of trauma going on, right? And then I'm seeing this in my neighborhood. There's trauma going on every time I walk out the door. And then they start. I took this class in school. It's like this African History Month, and Black American History Month, and then they're like teaching us all this stuff. And then I started to feel really hurt because I'm like, well, why'd they send us to America? Why y'all didn't come and get us? Right? This is how I was feeling about Africa.
Yeah.
Y'all abandoned us. Y'all sent us away. Was we the criminals? Was we the bad people? Like, why did we get sent to America? Why are we being tortured so bad, right? Then I read Revelations, I read the Bible and stuff, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is like in our blood. We're supposed to be punished. I don't know, right? Then I get to Africa. Then I meet my father. And I'm asking him, why did, because he abandoned me for years, right? He said he was on the run because immigrations was after him because he was selling fake green cards. But at least he was hustling. Hey, cool, Dad. But you could have sent some money. You could have stopped by every now and then and said, "You're my daughter. I'm proud of you," right? And he was saying that he was telling me about this dynamic of how like Black Americans. He was like, kept saying, "You're a Black American, but because you're my daughter, you're African American, because I come from Africa. But Black Americans, they don't have a soul no more. They don't have it. I'm like, what do you mean? We got a soul. I'm a little crying. Like, we got souls. Like, why don't you guys help us? He was like, nobody's helping us. Who's helping us? We was in war for 30 years, Tiffany. 30 years fighting our own cousins because the white man paid them to take us over so they could take them. We fighting our own people, fighting because they want our land, right? And like, he's telling me all this stuff, and I'm just like, well, why you didn't come and get us? Like, that's all I could think. Like,
yeah,
I'm stuck in this mind frame of why y'all kings, y'all queens, why couldn't you save us? Why didn't you buy, like, why don't y'all buy land here? Why don't you this? My dad was like, you have to see. You have to go. When we go, you're going to see. You're going to have an understanding. Like, because I had in my mind this vision that, like you see coming to America and you think like, oh, the palaces, everyone's dressed beautifully.
Yeah.
Then you see the white people play these commercials late at night with the flies and the babies with the big bellies. And you like, what is there, where's the middle at? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Girl, I go there and I go because me and my father were supposed to go together, but he passed away. And he said, if he dies, he was like, I don't want to cost you no money. Like, it's against tradition, but I want you to cremate me and take me to my mother, bury me with my mother. I start talking to my cousins there. They send me a picture of my grandmother's memorial, right? And it's like, it's all falling apart. Like it was like the way they bury is like on top, and her tomb was like, she was buried in the 70s. So it's like the war and all this shit, it's like all falling apart. Mm. So I said, look, I'm going to pay money. Like, let's make that tomb really nice. And when I get there, put my father in there. And I get there. when I get off that airplane, it's the first time I felt like a complete human being.
What do you mean by that?
It's the first time I felt like my soul could understand. Like, I inhaled that air, the cleanest air I ever smelled in my life, first of all. Oh. The cleanest air cleanest air. I didn't see no white people. I didn't see nothing but black faces. And it's the first time I saw people that looked like me. I met my sending out these curfews.
I know, I feel it. It's okay.
It's the first time I met, like, in person, my great aunties, right? Mind you, all my uncles got killed in the war. I don't have any, like, first cousins. I only got, like, second, third cousins. And so I'm meeting all this family in person for the first time. Mind you, my dad is in my purse. My dad is in my purse. And I could feel him, like, hugging, like, he's so proud that I did it, like, because
I'm so proud of you.
Because I'm a firm believer in, like, even if my parents didn't raise me all the way, even if I was raised by the world, I must honor the vessels that delivered me to this planet, right? I try to, like, honor their wishes. Like, even if my mom, that's the first person I ever loved, and she's very mean to me, very, very something to me. But I will die for her. You understand? Because that's what brought me here. And my father, he came all the way from Africa. Met my mama at the gas station. Bada bing, bada boom, booyah. Here I am, right? Like, so he came all the way. Like, this is, like, all important. So I meet this family. They look like, the first time I'm seeing people that look like me. They're talking to me in Tigrinya. I don't understand nothing they saying. Then I'm a little mad that my father didn't teach me. Why you didn't teach me that? Why you didn't teach me how to talk to my people? Right? And then, but it's like, even though I don't understand the words, I understand the energy.
Yes.
I understand the energy. My soul, like, they heart talking to my heart talking to them. And it really gave me an understanding, even more so, about how important it is to share our stories, how important it is,
yes,
your successes and your mistakes, to share with your children, to teach them everything that you know, like, to pour in all anything that you know about your history, pour that in your babies and teach them how to have ownership. Wherever you stand, you should own. Wherever you stand, you should own something. And wherever you rest your head at, you should have ownership. And when my aunties were telling me, and it's like crazy how I was starting to understand them after like a day. I was like, okay, I can't speak to them, but I know what they talking about. That's and they're telling me about the property. I had a translator there, but they're telling me about all the property that I've inherited, all the land that I own, and like the things that the people need, and what can I do to like how I can be of service. I meet these ministers of peace, the minister of economic, the minister of travel, and they're like telling me the history of the country, and it just filled my whole soul up to be like, hey, I have to figure out how I can connect these two, how I can communicate with the diaspora, how I can show, like, how can I be an example of, because they've been at war for 30 years. There are people there my age that have watched their family members be slaughtered.
Yeah.
Just like I'm here watching my family members be slaughtered. Right? But they have ownership of their land. And they can fight back and not be arrested for fighting the enemy. Right? Yeah. And now it's all like rebuilding. 28 years of trying to rebuild things that were destroyed. Destroyed. And it feels like, guys, I do not want this to happen in America. I do not want us to have to destroy everything to rebuild. We need to just start, like, we've been protesting, great. The protest is good. That's the way to get that energy out and everything and get the anger off. But we need to actually take action.
We need to strategize first. We need to strategize.
Move the money. Move the money.
It's all about moving the money. We need to
buy us some politicians like the mafia buy politicians.
Vote them out.
Vote. And don't just go voting for. Yes, and don't just go voting for, I seen this name a bunch of times.
No.
Read about their policies.
Yes.
Know that they are for your community. They don't teach little black kids how to be politicians. They're not teaching us how to be politicians, how to be kings and queens. The politicians are the kings and queens.
We have to read. Jackie Lacey, district attorney, been here since 2012. Get her ass out. She is black woman who ain't for the black people.
No.
I'm going to give you my public service announcement. Get her ass out. We got to vote her out. She's up for election. Jackie Lacey. Gone.
Bye. Look, here go my thing. We have to really pay attention. We have to. When I got some girlfriends, some of the best organizers, some of the best at arguing, the best at convincing people to do stuff that we ain't got no, like, we going to the club, let's go, like, girl, no, I gotta go to work, and they convince you to do anything. That's the bitch that need to be in office, okay? That's the bitch. I'll be telling, like, bitch, why don't you go run for politics? Because you can sway a room. But, no, they don't, that's not, I don't see nobody that look like me in office. Only ugly bitches be in office. No, get your pretty ass in office.
Be the me that you want to see.
We have to teach our babies how this government works. I didn't really learn how the government works till I came back from Africa. I was already 35, 36 years old. Too old to not know how shit run. I was definitely voting for the person whose name I saw the most. That's stupid. Don't do the same stupid shit I did. Read about these politicians. Ask to have conversations with them. They in your community. You start local in your district. Vote.
Correct.
And get people in that are for you. And I'm sorry, the way to keep them for you, because maybe when they first went in, they did go in with like, I'm going to be here for the black people.
Keep them accountable.
But who's paying them?
Yep.
But who's sliding them a little money? Who's getting their policy pushed?
Once again, we're back
to politicians is for sale.
The money. The money is what moves the people. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna move you off that for a little bit because I know that if we go into this, like I'm gonna just circle.
Look, I'm in a vicious mental circle. I'm gonna circle right back around to the bit. You can talk to me about strawberries, and we're gonna come back around to move your money, put your money in black banks. Even if 10 of your friends got together and said, okay, we all gonna put together about $10,000. We gonna buy one house, then we gonna get a loan together as a group and buy that house. Then we buy another house, and I've been reading on how I can start my own bank. I just need 10 friends that got $1 million. We can start a fucking bank of our own investment group.
You can raise $1 million if you ain't got it. Get in it. 10 friends. Let's go. Hands up. Everybody throw your hands up.
We can have our own bank. It's like, the money is the power, y'all. The money is the power.
It's the power. Now, you're in Hollywood, and this is a platform.
I'm in South Central. Los Angeles, right off of Crenshaw.
Your job is in Hollywood. Let's say that. Your job is in Hollywood. Now, do you feel like Hollywood has embraced your full identity because you're authentic? Or are you feeling pressure to conform?